Christopher Perez was arrested on charges of assault and domestic violence. Deputy arrested on multiple charges. Uh-oh. A Denver deputy sheriff is in investigatory leave after being arrested by Broomfield police on Saturday morning. So, Deputy Sheriff Christopher Perez was arrested Saturday morning by the Broomfield Police Department on charges of assault and the second degree and domestic violence. Whoever arrested that cop is a badass. A cop who arrests a cop who arrests a politician or a judge or a clerk or a lawyer or a DA, that's a badass cop. That is a badass cop, and that's what we need. We need good cops, not just to arrest the shitty cops, but also good cops to enforce our freedoms. The whole point of having the American government and then the constitutional Republic of Colorado and America is to protect our freedoms, also to provide for the general welfare, for the common defense, and to perfect the union, but to protect our civil liberties. That's the whole fucking point. Check out the preamble. The sheriff's office said Perez was immediately placed on investigatory leave. He was with the... Okay, so that's it. Just second degree assault and domestic violence. And that's the whole story. That's the whole story. Let's see. Death row inmate convicted of murdering dancer says his dad is the actual killer. What? A man accused of torturing a woman is reportedly dead after an hours-long standoff. Bond denied for retired social education teacher who allegedly killed terminal ill husband. Let's see here. Just some other headlines. A man who died by suicide after being questioned about 1994 murder has been identified. 9 inmates charged in brutal melee with makeshift weapons at Rikers Island. Documents reveal why prosecutors believe a mother abducted her own kids. Bombshell photo of Gabby Petito released by lawyers as part of family's wrongful death suit. She had black eye. Gabby Petito had like the stereotypical black eye of a battered woman. Oh, I fell down the steps. I hit my head on the doorknob. Convicted killer nicknamed the Spider busted trying to escape from prison disguised as sheep. Wow. Polygamist warned Jeff's nephew to be extradited for kidnapping girl after parents. Resurfaced documents show police knew early on that the DNA from... So apparently there's a bombshell and it's saying that, you know, for a long time I did suspect like it was the mother and father because that was like the only suspects that the damn police had provided. But they were saying that there was DNA evidence that said it wasn't the father. It was DNA of somebody else. It was a stranger. It was just as the father had said. And so I guess it's a bombshell now because the father is like trying to... I guess that since the cops and everybody put it on him, then everybody assumed. Like I remember hearing that, thinking it might have been him, but that's only because there was no other suspects. And that's sort of what everybody does, right? Everybody kind of presumes if your wife is missing, they presume it was the husband, right? Black farmer arrested after accusing white neighbors of harassment, of racism. 1972 Chevelle theft leads to guilty plea. Florida man bites head off girlfriend's python during domestic dispute. There's a timeline of the 26th investigation by the Independent of what happened to JonBenet Ramsey. Are we getting closer? Have we figured out who it is or what? JonBenet Ramsey's my age. So when I was, 6 years old, there was a 6-year-old girl that got killed in Colorado for some reason. JonBenet Ramsey's father accuses Boulder police of intentionally withholding DNA. DNA, a ransom note, and missing motive. 5 key unanswered questions in the JonBenet. Alex Murdaugh cries in court when body cam footage shows victims, but cops say no. It's the armed man shot by police inside Target didn't fire up at people. All 5 inmates who escaped a Missouri detention center have been captured. Authorities say no death penalty for Colorado man accused of selling government secrets. No death penalty. That was the question for... Let's just read a little bit about this. There's a different story I want to get back to. The federal government confirmed on Friday it would not seek the death penalty against the Colorado Springs man who stands accused of attempting to transmit information about national defense to a foreign agent. It's a significant outcome, said U.S. District Court Judge Raymond P. Moore, but I don't think there's anything terribly surprising about that outcome. And I don't think anybody in this room is terribly surprised about it. Jari Sebastian Dalkey appeared in court downtown Denver. His defense attorneys and prosecutors confirmed the parties had exchanged unclassified information, making progress. Dalkey, a former civilian employee of the NSA, allegedly transferred classified information to a federal agent posing as a Russian. Holy shit. So, is that entrapment or is that... I mean, that does say something, right? This Dalkey would have passed. He faces 6 criminal counts under the Espionage Act, which carry a penalty under the law of death or up to life in prison. Wow, so we're threatening death. We're threatening Julian Assange with fucking death because we're trying to charge Julian Assange under the Espionage Act as well. No trial date is set, according to an arrest affidavit and previous testimony in court. Dalkey believed he was communicating with a Russian operative and was arrested. How do you know? Maybe he was just kidding. Maybe he was just yanking your chain. Maybe he's just testing you out. Was arrested September 28th after using encrypted email to transmit excerpts in one full classified document. Dalkey allegedly agreed to transmit more information using a secure connection that investigators had set up at Denver's train station. Dalkey, an Army veteran, served as an NSA information systems security designer from June 6th to July 1st. He requested $85,000 for additional information, according to his arrest affidavit. So, coming up, appeals court 2-1 says judge went too far in authorizing monitoring of man's